Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm in San Antonio, Texas at the La Cantera Resort, and I'm with Jeanne Matson, the president and CEO of Starnet. Jeanne, how you doing?
I'm great, Kemp.
So your group meets twice a year in a big way, because there's always these little side meetings, but you have a big spring meeting, then you have this quick weekend meeting where it's really focused on education, and the theme at this meeting is partnership for growth, right?
Actually, that's our theme for the entire year, Kemp. You're right. This is the smaller of the two meetings, and our focus is all business. It's education and training with our vendors and with our members, of course. But we had the highest attendance we've ever had at a fall meeting at this meeting here in San Antonio, 400 people.
And that's pretty good because the vendors aren't bringing a whole lot of people. So let's talk real quickly about just the size of this organization. This is a group of commercial contractors, the biggest group in the United States, and your member count now is how many?
We have 178 members. We're on a pretty aggressive growth track to build more members and bring more members in. So this year we've already added 5 new members, and we expect to add a few more before the end of the year.
A couple other just observations. Have been here for a few days. Everybody knows Fred Williamson, who's been in this business for 50 years, is preparing to retire at the end of the year. And you've hired Mark Bischoff, who's taking the role of VP of Vendor Relations, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, no one will ever replace Fred in kind because he is a very, very unique individual. He's been a tremendous asset to Starnet, and he is going to step down from our staff position. We know we'll still see Fred. I don't think he's going to fade to black. Mark Bischoff is with us now since April, and he has been a tremendous asset already. He's the VP of Vendor Relations, and he's been working very closely with Fred, training in that role and meeting our vendors.
Well, you got Fred for a while. I think he was telling me today that he's coming up on 75 years old, so he's been in the business a long time. Another observation, Chuck Bodie is your chairman of the board, and we've had a great conversation about tariffs, which we'll run on Floor Daily. So the health of the membership is pretty good, isn't it?
I feel our members are very healthy. We have new leadership, as you said. Chuck stepped up in April to be our new chairman from Cheryl Cherno, and he's done a good job of getting into the role. He's really communicating with the members, which is great. And our members are all saying this has just been a record year, and that the business carryover into 2019 is some of the largest they've seen. Mm-hmm. So their backlogs are big, and we're certainly expecting a good year next year.
Mm-hmm. This is not mathematical by any sense of the way, but you start averaging the people I've talked to, and it looks like as a group, people are up, maybe 9% on average. And so that's really healthy because, when I start talking to the suppliers in the specified commercial business, it may be closer to 5% growth. Tell me why you think the contractors' businesses are growing faster than the suppliers.
I think our members are growing faster because they have a focus on their local customers, their local clients, and they have worked very hard to maximize the amount of services and support they can give to those clients. So, for example, there's so much now in floor surface treatments and other maintenance treatments that they can do to keep the flooring looking good and being a durable element in the business. They connect with their customers to create more of an equity relationship so that one customer can become a long string of business. And I think that's one of the ways that our members have been able to grow. They just offer more to their end users.
I think another factor, too, is a bigger percentage of flooring 10 years ago was carpet, and now it's shifting to hard surface. Hard surface can be something that comes out of a box, but it also might be something that you pour or polish, seal, repair. There's other services that are not coming out of a box that you open with a razor knife.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the challenges Starnet has, is because we need to support that for our members, help to educate them on new services, and also bring into our vendor community companies that can help to provide the products they need. So we talk all the time to our members to find out what they're needing, what they're using, so that we can continue to grow.
So what are some of the challenges they're facing? I mean, we always talk about the need for installation labor. Is that getting any better?
I hear less about it, Kemp, but I don't think it's necessarily any better. I think our members are working pretty hard in identifying talent that can come in. Installation, obviously, is a big area of concern. Estimating and some of the work that they need to support the projects at the project management level. These are all critical positions. And unfortunately, especially on the installation side, young people don't necessarily want to install flooring. So our members have been successful in identifying either kids in their local area who aren't college-bound or individuals who just need a good career with good financial stability. But it's not an easy task, and they really have to work on it.
Well, let's talk about next year. Have y'all started to put together your strategic plan for what you're going to focus on?
Absolutely. Next year, we are going to continue to focus on bringing our members together in smaller venues. I mean, you see it here, Kemp, and you see it at the annual meeting. We have 700 people there, 400 people here. It's difficult to navigate and create the connections and the relationships, both between the members and certainly with the members and the vendors. So we have begun about 2 years ago programs of bringing our members together, often at a vendor facility and often with the sales rep from that vendor who's in their market, and working on product ideas, identifying potential new customers, and developing business together. We also have done some networking-only events, and we'll continue to do that in 2019, and they have been very successful.
One more little quick observation I'd like to make is that I'm amazed at how much these people like each other, the membership. I mean, it's something you can't create. Why do you think they have such strong camaraderie?
Well, they're all in a shared world. I mean, they work all together in commercial flooring, but there is just a tremendous outreach from member to member. And if you come to these meetings, as you do, Kemp, the people are sitting in the public spaces. They're not up in their room watching football. They're in the meetings together, in the restaurants together, because they truly learn from each other and like each other. It's a great gift.
All right, so where's your next meeting? That's the bigger one in the spring.
Our next meeting is actually in early May, a little later than usual, and it's at the Scottsdale Princess in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's May 2nd through the 5th, and we're hard at work on that agenda already.
2nd to the 5th, let's see. Since my wife's from Kentucky, that tells me it's the first Saturday, which is Kentucky Derby, right?
Very good observation, Kemp. It is Derby weekend, and we are going to have a big Derby party. So mix up those mint juleps.
All right. It's great to talk to you, Jeanne. Thanks for the update and talking to our listeners. Again, been talking to Jeanne Matson, the president and CEO of Starnet, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.